The following portion of Showcase is sponsored by Trustice Law Group. Child support in custody can be overwhelming. How much gets paid? Who sends it? What's included? Well, joining us to help clear up child support myths is Shameka Rhoades, CEO and Managing Attorney at Law at Trustice Law Group. Let's talk about child support. How is this actually calculated here in Virginia?
So the courts look at each parent's gross income, not the net, but the gross. They look at what insurance premiums are paid by which parent each month, and they look at work-related child care costs.
Okay, so explain this. If you've got parents, right, and the custody is shared 50-50, does that mean nobody pays child support?
No, that is a myth.
Okay.
What the court will look at is what each parent makes. So if one parent makes minimum wage, the other parent makes $100,000 a year, the parent making the more is going to pay money to the other parent to balance out the child's life in each household.
Gotcha.
And so if there is 50-50 custody, there may still be support if the one parent makes more.
So the equity has to come into play for that one. What about daycare and health insurance? Those are some pretty big additions for a lot of people.
There are.
How does that get included in child support?
So the health insurance premiums are what is included. So say someone has a child on their work-related health care, they will get a credit for just the amount paid for that child. So if it's a family plan, they will divide it by the number of people and they will look at just the amount for that child.
Gotcha.
And for work-related child care, it is for work-related child care. It is not, I want my child to go to daycare and I want to stay home.
Right.
It is for when you have to go to work and there's someone who needs to take care of the child. Now, parents will sometimes fight over this because one parent wants a very expensive child care place and someone else is like, my mom can watch the children and won't charge. And so then the court may get involved to say if there is an amount, a place they can go that's a little less expensive, or if grandma can watch them, the courts will sometimes have a say about that.
That makes sense. What about child support covering all of the things? Like, does that cover everything, or do parents still fight over extra expenses involved with the kids? Because kids are expensive.
They are very. So what happens when you pay child support, the court considers that's your responsibility for the child for that month. So if there are other outside activities that the court doesn't specifically say you have to pay, then your child support obligation is what you have to pay each month. And if there are other things, then it is supposed to come out of the child support.
So things like, you know, if someone has a hobby, your kid dances, they play a sport, any of those kinds of activities, that's covered under it or no?
That is, the court considers that that's included in there. Now, there are times when if your child's been swimming since they were 5, they're now 17, the court may include those costs in there, and so they can deviate upward. But for the most part, what you get in child support is supposed to cover everything. Unless the parents agree to pay something else.
Gotcha. And what do you feel like is the biggest misconception before someone comes to see you? What is the thing that you're like, I wish people just knew this one thing?
That people have to account for what they do with the child support. It includes where the child lives. It includes electricity and water. So it's not just about, oh, I can only spend this money on the child and their needs. Well, housing is one of their needs. So that money can go towards other things.
So if you were not an organized person before, you need to suddenly become one.
Definitely.
And keep track of everything. It's important.
Yes.
Excellent. Well, this has been a lot of really great information that you've shared with us, a lot of myth busting going on today too. And if you've got additional questions, you can schedule a consultation to learn more from Trustice Law Group. Super easy, just scan that QR code that you see on your screen. And you can go online to their website as well, trustice.us, follow on social media, or give them a call today at 804-570-1827 to find out more. Thank you for all this great advice. I know that we all learned a lot today. And the preceding portion of Showcase was sponsored by Trustice Law Group.